Hey mama, this video I am going to go through deep belly breathing or full yogic breathing. Honestly, this is a practice that can be used all the time. You do not have to be pregnant. However, I've realized this is something I teach all of my students in every yoga class, but it's something that's really helped me in my medical appointments recently when they're taking my blood pressure, when they're drawing my blood, things like that, and to be used throughout any yoga practice, any movement practice, even giving birth. So I'm going to be walking through the steps of this breathing. We'll focus on 3 different parts, and then we'll link it all together so you have the full technique of the deep yogic belly breath. And my name's Kayla, aka Catherine Lovely. Let's get started. So we're actually going to start laying on our back with our knees bent. If you need a pillow underneath your legs or any type of support, please take care of yourself, listen to your body, and do as you need. So we'll start here because it's much easier to feel where the breath is going. So go ahead and take your hands and put them up around your clavicle area. So the top of your chest just below the clavicle bones. And we're going to start breathing here. So just inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And breathing as deeply as you can, right? Really feeling on the inhale that your clavicle area is expanding and filling with air, so your hands may rise and expand. And then on the exhale, allow the air to empty out, and you may feel your hands sink and your chest contract. We're just going to take a couple breaths here. Feel free to close your eyes if that feels good. So this is actually where most of us are breathing most of the time. This is a shallow breath. If you notice, there's not a lot of air we can take in. We're just filling the top of our lungs. So now let's move to the second part. So slide your hands down, feel that body of yours, and bring them right around where your rib cage is. And we're going to do the same breath, in and out through the nose, and imagine and send your breath to your ribs. So as you inhale, it comes in your nose, travels down, and feel your ribs expand. Your hands will also rise as they're rested on your ribs. And exhale, feel them lower. Feel your hands sink. Feel a slight contraction. You're not forcing a contraction. It's just the natural compression that happens with the air leaving your body. Reminder, I am 6 months pregnant, so this might look a little different on my body than it is in yours, especially if you're in the first trimester or further along. You'll really feel it in your own body. The visuals just for reference, but mind you, it might look or feel different than what it looks like for me. So again, inhaling, air enters, feel the expansion. And exhaling, air leaves, a bit of contraction, organic. Notice how this feels different from when we were in the clavicle area. And I invite you to close your eyes here and really focus on the breath. How it feels, both moving in and out of your body, how it feels in your rib cage area, and how your hands feel while following the breath. Couple more breaths here.
Wonderful. You may have noticed that was a bit deeper. You can take a bit more air in here. Now we're going to slide our hands down, caressing our bellies, maybe saying hello to your baby, and moving down to your lower belly. Depending where you are in your pregnancy, this could feel different for everybody. So having your hands here, you can even send a hello, some love through your hands to your baby inside of you. And we're going to practice the same breathing technique. So we'll inhale through the nose and imagine sending your breath all the way down to where your hands are, to that lower belly. Feel it inflate almost like a balloon if it's not already. And exhale. Feel it deflate just a bit organically without forcing. And feel your hands move. Your hands will expand as your belly expands with the breath on the inhale. And your hands will sink and your belly will deflate on the exhale. And this could be very subtle. It doesn't have to be exaggerated. Hopefully you can see what it looks like in my body a bit. Beautiful. And just keep breathing and see how much you can really extend that breath. So inhaling just a second longer than normal. And then exhaling a little longer in and out the nose. Feeling the expansion and the contraction. Imagine your breath going all the way down to the belly, nourishing your baby inside of you and your body. And exhale, cleaning out, releasing. We'll take a few more breaths here. And on your next exhale, go ahead and just let go of any breathing pattern. Return to your organic breath. So we really did the 3 different stages so you can feel the difference. Where we normally are during our day, or if we're stressed or thinking a lot, it's shallow, it's up here, right? We're not using the full extension of our breath. Coming down to our rib cage where we're feeling a little more expansion. Maybe this is how it is, we're in a relaxed state. Wonderful. And then bringing it down all the way to that full belly breath. And then we're going to do one last practice, which is, it's what's going to link all 3 and make it the full yogic breath. And like I said, this is ideal for any yoga practice at any time, especially if you're not a meditator. Just doing this breathing while sitting or wherever can be meditation. So how it's going to work, I'll explain it before we breathe. So we're going to, as always, inhale and exhale through the nose. So we'll inhale. Imagine the breath like almost like we're filling a glass of water. It's like how I'd like to describe it. So it's coming in the nose, and we're going to fill from the bottom up. So inhaling, feeling the lower belly, the rib cage area, and then the clavicle. And as we exhale, we're going to go the opposite way. So we're almost like deflating. So the air leaves first the clavicle area, then it leaves our rib cage area, and then the lower belly. And in order to really feel this, the slower you can breathe, the better. That also helps us regulate our stress and our heart rate, slowing down, relaxing, which is the state we want to be in order to have our baby relaxed, and also to help prepare ourselves to be relaxed for the birthing process as much as possible, right? So let's go ahead and practice. Take any movement you need. I notice my sacrum is feeling a little If you need to sit up for a minute, whatever you need. I'm just going to stretch it out for a sec. Okay. And then let's link all three. So we'll inhale through the nose, send it down to the lower belly. You can watch my hands if you like. Exhale. Almost like a wave. I like these water metaphors. So inhale, lower belly. Inhaling, filling up to the rib cage. Inhaling, filling up to the clavicle. And exhale, release through the clavicle, the rib cage, and the belly. And I will say normally when I teach this or practice, it's a much longer breath. However, because baby's taking up more room, my diaphragm has less room, my breaths are not as deep. And that's okay. The practice still works. So wherever length your breath is, just go for it. And if it feels short, accept that. It's short. But are you following the flow of the air? So let's take a couple. I'm going to stop with words. Breathe along with me. Or if you just want to watch until you get it and then practice after the video, whatever works for you. Inhale. Inhale, expand, rising, filling. And you can be moving your hands as well, or they can just stay in one place. So I'm going to leave my hands now and take a couple more breaths. Breathe with me. Wonderful. Go ahead and finish that last breath wherever you are. I'm going to go ahead, find a seated position. Feel free to join me. And then from here, now that we know the breath, we can practice while seated. So I'm just going to go through 1 or 2 breaths with you here seated, and then I highly recommend you continue to practice this. This is just a tutorial video to learn how to do it, and the practice is the practice to do it, right? I will be referencing it in some of my other yoga flows. You'll hear me talk about it. So before we move on, let's go ahead and take that breath. So inhale through the nose and start to fill from the belly up. Let's do one more. Wonderful. Continue to practice that breath. If you have any questions at all, please go ahead and comment. I reply as soon as possible. Like, follow, subscribe. I have more videos coming, and I'm so happy to be on this journey with you. Many blessings on your pregnancy and your birth, and I'll catch you later.